Is Gavin Lux's time with the Dodgers as the starting second baseman winding down? And you guys know that my job here is not to be a Dodgers sunshine pumper. This is not Dodger State TV. Bring my facts to the fight. And sometimes we have to have difficult conversations about players that we love, players that we want to see succeed. I want Gavin Lux to be a 10-time, 15-time All-Star and be a Hall of Famer one day. And I hope he does. But if you look at the current situation of the Dodgers, last week Lux went 0 for 15 with 3 strikeouts. He has a .1 B WAR, a negative .01 F WAR. There's 189 players in Major League Baseball this season that have at least 250 plate appearances. Gavin Lux's 57 weighted runs created plus is 187 out of 189. That's right in front of Orlando Arcia and Andrew Benintendi. When it comes to how he ranks offensively with other qualified second basemen, his .207 batting average is 25th out of 28th. His on-base percentage at .263 is 28th out of 28th. His .282 slug is 27th out of 28. And that weighted runs created plus is last. So you look at the production, the offensive production doesn't justify keeping him at that position when Mookie Betts returns. And just kind of rewind a little bit. Gavin Lux in 2022 had himself a really nice year. In 2022, he put together a really nice season, and he had a 113 weighted runs created plus. He was a 3 WAR player. He hit .276, had 20 doubles, 7 triples, 6 home runs, 7 stolen bases, and he had clutch base hit in Game 5 of the 2021 NLDS year before that against the Giants. So he has had some success. The problem is he just hasn't reached the potential that the Dodgers had hoped he would have. Because when he was a first-round pick out of Kenosha, Wisconsin, we're talking about someone that was on Corey Seager levels of hype when it comes to a prospect, the way he absolutely had a meteoric rise through the minor league system. He was graded as a 70 on a 20 to 80 scale per Fangraphs. That's elite when it comes to prospect status. He was a consensus universal top 5 prospect heading into the 2020 season. From 2019 to 2020, he hit .210 with a 74 weighted runs created plus in 151 plate appearances. In 2021, he hit .242 with a 90 weighted runs created plus, had a much better September with a .967 OPS in 60 plate appearances. But 2022, they cleared the way for him. They trade away A.J. Pollock for Craig Crumble. Check that, Craig Kimbrell, during spring training. And that allowed Gavin Lux to have more at-bats, and he proved to be an above-average player. Offensively, defensively, he did a nice job. And it looked like he was going to build on that and then take over for shortstop when Trey Turner and Corey Seager, they were gone. Unfortunately, he suffered that catastrophic knee injury during spring training last season, and he just has not found his way at the plate. And I see people out there saying, oh, the Dodgers, they don't want to admit they're wrong about Gavin Lux. Oh, the Dodgers this, the Dodgers that. Sure, there's a little bit of a sunk cost fallacy going on with Gavin Lux. It's like when you go and watch a movie that you paid for, and then you're halfway through that movie, and you don't like it, but you're like, man, I paid for this movie. I need to go watch this. I'm looking at you, Jaws 3D, okay? But I think you look at what the Dodgers are at, though, it's not that case with Gavin Lux. It's called process. The Dodgers are going through the process with Gavin Lux. And the start of that process at the beginning of this year was to see if he could handle the shortstop position. The answer was no. Too many errant throws, couldn't get it done. They move him to second base. Mookie takes over at shortstop. So the next big step in the process was, could he get it done defensively? The answer was yes, an above average second baseman. Then the biggest question, the number one question as it relates to whether or not he would stay on the team in that position was, will he be able to be productive and help this team offensively, getting on base, getting key base hits, being that second leadoff hitter at the bottom of the Dodgers lineup? So far, the answer is undoubtedly no. He just has not been able to produce enough to justify him in that role when you consider that Mookie had been struggling at times defensively at the shortstop position. Then you add the fact that Miguel Rojas has been outstanding at the shortstop position and has continued to produce offensively. So the truth of the matter is the Dodgers were going through a process which made sense when the only way you can sustain winning long term is by seeing what you have in these guys, seeing how many of these young, controllable players that you developed can hit. Pages has hit. I think it's still a work in progress, but it's positive. Vargas has started to hit. He started to produce. James Albins looks good since he returned, right? They have hit on certain guys, but you have to kind of exhaust it. And I think the perfect part of the season that they did it was when they did it. So I'm not mad about how the Dodgers handled this. And I was at Dodger Stadium a few days ago in the press room while Dave Roberts was doing his media availability, and he was asked about Miguel Rojas taking over the shortstop position. And this is what Dave had to say. He said, you still have another month before Mookie comes back. I think I'm going to use as much time as possible because you have to appreciate the people that could affect as far as when the move is made leading up to that. So he's saying you have to respect and appreciate the people that saying Miguel Rojas is going to be the full-time shortstop when Mookie returns could affect. He's saying Gavin Lux without saying Gavin Lux. He said, there's no sense into me talking about it to potentially get into the psyche of that player, but it is on my mind. So that tells you everything you need to know. I am bilingual. I'm actually trilingual. I speak English, little Spanish, and I'm fluent in Dave Roberts, okay? And that's what Dave Roberts is saying right there, is that all signs are pointing to Gavin Lux. I'm going to ask you, Tony Taters, what do you think will be the future of Gavin Lux with this team?
You know, I saw the Dodgers and Brewers play a couple years ago, and there were so many people saying what's up to Gavin Lux after the game in Milwaukee. And I don't know. I just feel like he's just going to end up over there or Miami, to be honest.
Well, you get team specific there.
Yeah.
Team specific. How about you, buddy? Do you like Gavin Lux here for long term? Do you think they could option him? Do you think, okay, how about this, buddy? Don't you think that for someone like this that has a lot of talent, undeniable talent that he's already flashed, would be in a better situation on a team that doesn't have World Series aspirations and has so much pressure on them like the Dodgers do?
Yeah, I think that's definitely that. I think that could definitely be something. I mean, Gavin Lux, he was a guy who was highly touted in this organization, and he's just never seemed to hit those strides yet. We thought it was going to happen in 2021, 2022, 2023, unfortunately, torn ACL, but yeah, man, just with this team, for some reason, you would think he would stand out because there's not that much pressure on him.
Good point.
But, you know, he just hasn't been able to reach those heights. And, I mean, maybe it is time to move on from Lux, man. I mean, it's tough to say because coming up in 2019, he was great.
You love these farmhands. This is a fire take from Mr. Buddy, Ricardo Sandoval. Go follow him on X and Instagram. But yeah, Buddy brings up a fantastic point in that, yes, this team does have World Series aspirations, but he is a guy who's batting in the bottom of the lineup, right? There shouldn't be as much pressure because of the talent that you have. Another organization, you could make the argument that if he's on a Marlins team and he's batting higher in the lineup and not having the same amount of success, that it could be worse. So that's a fantastic point that I wasn't even thinking of that you made right there, and there's no doubt about it. Kenny Chung says that I'm fluent in Dave Roberts' lies. Come on. So, bro, Dave Roberts is an honest man. He's a great man. We got It'll Never Happen. NS Lux isn't out to be a Dodger. NS, I just think that Lux has a ton of talent, and there's just kind of a mental game that he's playing, getting back from the injury. And I think that he would benefit just on a team that he could just go out there, play every single day, even if it's at shortstop, and try to be a shortstop. If I'm Gavin Lux, I'm saying, how can I make the most money in the sport and have the most success? Doing that is playing shortstop, and he can't do it on this team this year, so might as well do it on another team. Maybe they option him and send him down, because I just don't understand why Miguel Vargas, who was a top prospect too, and he was humbled, goes down to the minor league level, finds his swing, comes back and has success. Andy Pages proved himself down there. James Outman went down there and proved himself. I don't see why you play favorites or give Gavin Lux special treatment and why he is. I'm not saying they do that, but I don't think that it should be this shock to put Gavin Lux at the minor league level because it could be good for him to find that swing. So there's no doubt about it. But William Calderon says, D-Mac, if Lux goes, does the bruh get replaced too?
Bruh.
I hope Gavin Lux hits 15 home runs this week and establishes himself. But I mean, we have talked about that Miguel Vargas, bruh, haven't we? We have. So we got some time on our hands. Thank you for watching this clip from Dodgers Dugout Live, the #1 Dodgers show on YouTube, where we cover everything you need to know about your boys in blue in less than an hour. To check out new episodes, go to youtube.com/DodgersNationTV Monday through Friday in the mornings, and be sure you're subscribed to the Dodgers Nation YouTube channel. For all latest Dodgers news, rumors, hype videos, interviews, giveaways, and more, you're going to find it right here at the #1 channel for your boys in blue. Hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, hit that like button, and until next time, think blue, bleed blue, and I'm out.